Trump did something good for the veterans. Well, he had to do something good for somebody, right? Besides rich people. Because it seems like those are the only people he really hooks up. Rich people. Rich people and Wall Street people. Well, I'm just talking about his cabinet. But I'm talking about this, man. He did something good for veterans. And what he did was he made it so that veterans don't have to sit around waiting for the old funky VA to bring them in. They could go to any other medical practice and get looked at. Get things handled. Get a diagnosis. Check it out. President Trump signed legislation on Wednesday that will dramatically expand a program at the Department of Veteran Affairs that lets patients seek care from private doctors if they want to bypass the troubled VA system. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah, we got to clap for that. Come on. Come on, you clap for that. It's okay. It's okay. We got to, we have to call it like it is. Call it like we see it. This is great. All right, this is great. The Veterans Choice Improvement Act. The Veterans Choice Improvement Act removes barriers that Congress placed around the original choice initiative and eliminates an expiration date that would have shuttered the program in August. Lawmakers created the Choice Program in 2014 after a massive scandal involving wait time cover-ups in more than 100 VA facilities around the country. It was initially structured as a 2-year pilot program that limited when and where veterans could choose to see private doctors. Patients could only use the Choice Program if they lived more than 40 miles away from the VA center or couldn't get an appointment from their local VA facility within 30 days. So, look, I remember covering this story a couple years ago. I remember, I think it was McCain and Bernie Sanders working on legislation. Correct me if I'm wrong. Weren't they authors of legislation to help veterans? I think so. Anyway, yes, I remember there was horrendous stories of people dying, waiting to be seen. And I'm not saying that anyone should die waiting to see a doctor. But if you are a veteran who sustained injuries and disabilities while being employed or working for your government in places you didn't choose to go but went as your duty and as your requirement as being an enlisted person, that you should be able to see a doctor. These people were dying from it. Dying from bad treatment, dying from lack of treatment. There were people on a list who had already died waiting on the list. When they audited the list, there were dead people on the list. That's because they died waiting. I'm not joking at all. Horrific that we live in a country that's this screwed up. Our healthcare system is shit, frankly. And I know that's my second curse, but I got to give it to you, man. It is shit. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's the most expensive, least effective medicine by anyone in a developed country in the Western world. And they tell us we can't afford better health care. They tell us we can't have it. And we have dummies who sit back and they agree with it. And they buy the propaganda. That's not a false flag, ladies and gentlemen. This is reality. We have people dying because they're poor and dying because they can't wait. They don't have time to get to the doctor because they are on a waiting list. People have called up. Dave from Stone Mountain called up and said he's been waiting. They told him, he said, I got this thing. There's something wrong. I need to see a doctor. It's the nearest, the soonest appointment he could have was in 2018. It's 2017. And you want to tell me we're the greatest country on earth? No, we may have the greatest movies or the greatest special effects. Okay? We do not have the greatest country, because a great country would allow people to be able to be treated for illnesses before they die, not after. So I'm glad Trump signed this bill. But if he really wanted to do something for America, he'd make Obamacare better or replace it with something like, I don't know, universal health care, and not false flag us with this BS replacement that they knew wasn't going to get passed. They knew it wouldn't pass. Everyone had to freaking know that bill wouldn't pass. I don't think it was meant to pass. I think it's all our rules. I think it's all some BS just to keep us occupied. Okay? Okay? That I'll give you 7 days a week and twice on Sunday. So that's 8 times a week. This is horrible, man. But for my veteran friends, and I have many of those, get yourself taken care of. You deserve it. We all deserve it, but you deserve it. Do that.